Welcome back everybody. Today we will be discussing the most hyped Jordans of 2021 along with whether they'll be profitable or not, or if they may even potentially sit on shelves. Since all of these releases are too far out to gauge demand properly like we normally do, I will solely be basing these off of prior releases with similar relation. As usual, I'll have more accurate predictions as we approach each of these drops. To preface this though, if you guys enjoy these types of videos regarding the market, reselling, and info on how to acquire these limited products, be sure to subscribe and enable post notifications just so you're always 100% updated. Furthermore, for more urgent info like shock drops, raffles, site lists, etc., follow my Twitter, KeithAdam10, and also personals for you. This way you're always in the loop 24/7 whenever there is a restock or drop, such as the numerous PS5 restocks that went on over the last few days. I'll also likely make a video regarding non-Jordans in 2021. I just didn't want this video to go on too long because as you'll see, there is a ton of very hyped and profitable releases. We'll be going in chronological order of release dates for these, but just keep in mind that these dates are subject to change, which I will keep you guys updated on, and some of which don't even have dates as of now. You guys should also expect many more to pop up throughout the year, those of which again I will keep you guys updated for. Before we start the chronological order, I just wanted to mention one that I think you guys are most excited for, and that is going to be the Jordan 1 Trophy Room. The Jordan 1 Trophy Room should be dropping on February 10th, although this date is subject to change, and for $170. These are supposed to be limited to 12,000 pairs, and all of those should be numbered very similar to the Jordan 5 Trophy Room. Evidently, these are going to be extremely profitable with an incredible margin. Full throttle on this drop without a doubt. I'd say I'm personally most excited for either these or two others that I'll discuss a little later. With those out of the way though, starting off with January 2nd, the Jordan 13 Starfish will be releasing for $190. Personal only when it comes to these, but if you do want a personal, I wouldn't suggest sleeping as I don't see these going on sale based off prior 13s. Following these on January 9th for $170, the Jordan 1 Volt Gold will be dropping. Although this certainly won't be the most demanded or limited colorway, being a Jordan 1 High with a basic color blocking, you should expect some easy small profit on these with a subpar margin. Profit to be made nonetheless, but not the best release. Moving on to January 21st for $190, the Jordan 4 Starfish will be releasing. Jordan 4s in general tend to carry decent demand, which normally is outweighed unfortunately by the proportional stock. At best, we normally see lunch money, but that's primarily only on classic colorways, so when it comes to these, I'd say personal only. I do expect these to sell out though, so don't wait for a sale if you do want a personal pair. Then on February 6th for $200, the Jordan 4 Taupe Haze will be dropping for $200. Normally, I wouldn't expect anything from these, but due to the similarities to the undefeated Jordan 4, I certainly think that these are worth at least keeping note of. Despite the slightly higher retail, I still can see potential for small profit with a subpar margin on the larger sizes. I'll keep you guys updated, of course. Moving on to February 12th for $170, we will be getting the Jordan 1 Silver Toe. You can definitely expect these to be very profitable with a very good margin as well. You'll see this is one of the many Jordan 1s to look forward to this coming year. Then on February 13th for $200, the Jordan 6 Carmine will finally be making its return. The last time this pair retroed was in 2014. I remember it very vividly because I ended up taking an L on this pair back then, unfortunately. Hopefully this year I could get 50 pairs minimum. When it comes to these very sought after classic Jordan retros, these are certainly no exception. However, you should also expect stock to be very high, that of which I'll have the exact number for you guys closer to the drop. Hence, I'd also expect these to be profitable, but with a subpar margin. Definitely a drop to look forward to, easy money to be made, and clean personals. Then on February 20th for $170, we will be getting the Jordan 1 University Blue dropping. Oh my goodness, these look absolutely incredible, absolutely a must cop for personal. In terms of resale though, without a doubt, expect these to be very profitable with a great margin as well. Moving to February 24th for $190, the Jordan 5 Anthracite will be dropping. I'd suggest these for personal only, but don't sleep if you do want a personal, as I do expect them to sell out. Then on February 27th for $190, we have the Jordan 3 Cool Gray. Same situation as the prior pair, I'd suggest these for personal only. Also in February, with no exact date, but likely around All-Star Weekend, we have the All-Star Jordan 1 Low dropping for $100. It's no question that there is evident demand for lows, especially being a non-GR pair here, and with a retail of only $100, this does leave some potential room for lunch money. Nothing too significant though. Then on the same day, for $130, we should be seeing the Jordan 1 mid version of this all-star pair. I have similar expectations for these with the low retail. We should be able to make at least some lunch money off of these, not the best margin. Then moving on, also in February, we will be getting the Jordan 1 low Chinese New Year. Despite being a low, I have pretty decent expectations for these to be more than lunch money with a good margin. Definitely keep note of these. These might even be my first Jordan 1 low I actually keep as a personal pair in a while. Moving to March 6th, we have the Jordan 4 University Blue. Not only does this colorway alone carry a lot of demand, but due to its similarity to the Travis Scott Jordan 4, I certainly can see this having even higher demand than usual Jordan 4s. But the only issue is that retail is $225, so even Jordan Brand is taking advantage of that demand, of course. Therefore, I'd only expect it to be about lunch money with a subpar margin. Still a drop to look forward to nonetheless, especially for personals. Moving on March 27th for $190, the Jordan 5 Stealth will be dropping. Definitely personal only when it comes to these, and I can even potentially see these going for under retail in the secondary market. Moving on, you'll start to see some mock-ups since these dates are very far out, many of which courtesy of Z Sneakerhead, so shout out to them. They actually do a pretty good job of representing how the shoe will look at least somewhat similarly. For example, on April 17th for $170, we will be getting the Jordan 1 Hyper Royal drop. I would expect these to be profitable with a good margin as well. Moving on, sometime in April, we'll be getting the Jordan 1 Metallic Court Purple. I don't really have the best expectations for these based off how prior pairs of the metallics performed initially, but I'll update you guys as we approach the drop. At best, I could really only see lunch money for these with a poor margin though, and still, I'm not even sure about that. Also in April for $185, the Jordan 11 Citrus will be dropping. Personal only when it comes to these. Don't sleep if you do want a personal, as 11 lows have recently been selling out throughout 2020. Then on May 8th for $190, the Jordan 7 Flint will be dropping. Personal only when it comes to these, and you'll likely also be able to find these for under retail. Also in May, we'll be getting another Jordan 11 for $185. This time the Jordan 11 Low UNC. This time the Jordan 11 Low Legend Blue. This colorway should actually have much higher demand than the prior one we discussed, hence I'd expect a similar performance to what we saw on the Bread Concord 11 this year. Essentially, decent room for lunch money with a very poor margin if you have no tax in your state, but if you do have tax, just a personal only. Or May, we should be seeing the Travis Scott Jordan 6 release in a new colorway for $225. I think it's pretty obvious that no matter what tone they come in, they'll be very profitable with an incredible margin. Full throttle on this drop for sure. Also around that time, the Jordan 1 Paisley will be dropping for $170. Expect these to be very profitable with an incredible margin as well. Once again, just one of the many Jordan 1s to look forward to, and also this is a mock-up, so it's not going to look exactly like this, but it should have somewhat similar traits. Also around that time, we'll be seeing the Jordan 13 Red Flint drop for $190. Based off how prior 13s have been performing recently, I'd say personal only, but don't sleep if you do want a personal, as I do expect them to sell out. Then another spring release will be the Jordan 9 Change the World for $190. Definitely personal only for these, and you may even be able to find these for slightly under retail in the secondary market. Then the same situation goes for the Jordan 9 University Gold, which will also be releasing around the same time for $190. Then we'll also be seeing the Jordan 1 Chicago KO released for $145. Don't really tend to be too hyped. The Chicago colorway alone should definitely be able to get you some decent lunch money on them with a subpar margin, especially with the very low retail. Then also sometime in spring, potentially as early as March, we'll be seeing the Jordan 1 High OG Cut 85 in neutral gray. Based off how the prior pair performed, I would definitely expect these to be very profitable with a great margin as well, despite retail being higher at $200. Then in June for $170, we'll be seeing the Jordan 1 Smoke Gray release. Although it's not the most hyped colorway, these definitely will be some decent lunch money to be made with a somewhat decent margin. Also in July for $190, we'll be getting the Jordan 3 Racer Blue. For now, I'd say personal only, but perhaps you may be able to make a little bit of lunch money off these in larger sizes, only if you don't have tax in your state. Also in July for $200, we'll finally be seeing the return of the Jordan 5 Oreo. Although very nostalgic, I still can only see lunch money at best in larger sizes with a subpar margin, nothing too significant. Also in July for $190, we'll be getting the Jordan 6 Barely Rose. Personal only I'd say for now, but depending on stock, they may have some lunch money potential. Of course, I'll keep you guys updated though. Moving on, sometime in the summer, we'll be seeing the Jordan 1 Seafoam drop. I would expect these to be very profitable with a good margin as well. Also in summer, we will be getting the Jordan 14 Gray for $190. Personal only for these, and you may even be able to grab these for under retail. Also in summer, we will be getting the Jordan 6 Oregon drop for $190. For now, I'll say personal only, but I am a little between on this pair because I can see them having some lunch money potential. Nothing too significant, but that's only assuming if retail stays at $190, not $225 like the Oregon 395. Then on August 7th for $190, the Jordan 4 Lightning will finally be re-retroing. Aside from the Trophy Room Jordan 1s, I'd say I'm most excited for these. This pair has been a grail for me for the longest time. In terms of resale though, I definitely would expect some decent profit on these with or without tax, just not the best margin since I'm assuming stock will be very high on these, that of which I'll confirm as we approach the drop. Let me know which pairs are your favorites though coming this year. This one is definitely right up there for me. Moving to fall, we will be seeing the Jordan 1 Shimmer. I would expect these to be very profitable with a good margin at least. Again, one of the many Jordan 1s to look forward to. We'll also be seeing the Jordan 1 Pollen around the same time, that of which I expect to be profitable with a good margin as well. Then we'll also be getting the Jordan 9 Chili Red for $190. Personal only for these, but for now I'd say don't sleep if you do want a personal pair, as I can see these selling out. Moving on, we'll also be seeing the Jordan 1 Atmosphere drop in fall for $170. Just like the prior pairs though, I expect these to be profitable with a good margin as well. And last, but definitely not least, the Jordan 11 Cool Gray will finally be making its return for $220 around the holiday season, so about 1 year from now. This will have been 10 years since the last time they retroed in 2010, and believe me, I'm very excited for these. An icy pair of these is definitely a must-cop for the toe. In terms of resale though, I would definitely expect the same situation as what we saw in the Concord or Bred 11, so easy small profit essentially, not the greatest margin. Stock will be likely around 1 million pairs or so hopefully everyone who wants a pair should be able to get a pair as long as you're giving somewhat of effort. But anyway, that will conclude it. I intentionally left out a lot that are not 100% confirmed and also aren't too interesting for the sake of time, and of course so many more will come up, so be sure you subscribe and enable post notifications just so you're always 100% updated on all of those upcoming ones, as well as how to cop all these ones that I did mention today. Let me know which ones are your favorites. I'd say my top 3 would definitely be the Lightning 4s, Cool Gray 11s, and Trophy Room Jordan 1s. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed the video or you perhaps learned a thing or two. Also, remember, if you guys do need proxies or Nike sneakers accounts, be sure to check the links in the description for TARS and Kip proxies. And of course, follow my Twitter, KeithAdam10, and personals for you, just so you're always 100% updated on everything, no matter how urgent it is. With that though, I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day.